Joe Douglas has added a plethora of talent to the Jets' offensive line via free agency. We've already looked at Connor McGovern and Greg Van Roten. Now let's look at George Fant and determine if we are better or worse. J-E-T-S, Jets, Jets, Jets! Welcome to Jets Talk. My name's Ryan. I'll be your pilot today. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button. If you've been here before, welcome back. I love having you here. Seriously, if you haven't hit the subscribe button and you like the content in the video, please hit the subscribe button. It helps the channel grow and it works with the YouTube algorithm. And if you guys want to join me for a little bit of fun during the NFL football draft, I have a mock draft contest. It's just the first round. It's in the link down below. But if you'd like to join that, we are going to give out some cool prizes and I'll announce the winners on the second day of the draft. All right. So guys, this is going to be episode 5 of our For Better or Worse series. We have already covered McGovern, Van Roten, Perriman, and Desir. This is going to be George Fant. For this comparison, I'm going to look at Fant against Kelvin Beachum and Brandon Shell. I was going to include Edoga, but Edoga's on the team anyway, and he's probably going to be competing with him regardless, so I just wanted to keep it to the guys that were starters currently so we can get a good idea of where Fant stands. We're going to grade these two the same way we did with the last two offensive linemen. We're going to look at their contract, the percentage of starts they've had, their Pro Football Focus grade, their Pro Football Focus rank, their pass block grade, their run block grade, blown blocks, sacks allowed, stuffs allowed, and the total amount of penalties that they have had. This is all penalties, even the ones that were declined or offset, because I wanted to include all penalties to determine how many times these guys have put their teams in bad positions. So to start things off, George Fant is 6'5", 322 pounds, Kelvin Beachum, 6'3", 308 pounds, and Brandon Shell rounds us out with 6'5", 324 pounds. When we look at their contracts, this year, Fant is getting $7.3 million. Beachum last year was on a $9.5 million deal, and Shell was on his rookie deal, worth about $700,000. In terms of starts, Fant has started 44% of his games. He has been mostly a backup for the majority of his career, partially a swing tackle, so he really has not started too many games in the NFL. Beachum, on the other hand, has started 88% of his games, while Brandon Shell has started 75%. In terms of their Pro Football Focus grade, 60.6 for George Fant, 67.1 for Beachum, and 63.3 for Shell. That would be good enough for a 57th rank for George Fant, 40th rank for Beachum, and 51st rank for Brandon Shell. In terms of their pass blocking grade, we have a 58.8 for Fant, 72.7 for Beachum, and 64.7 for Shell. In terms of their run blocking, Fant comes in with 58.8, Beachum 56.6, and Shell graded out as the best with a 59.1. In terms of their blown blocks, sacks, stuffs, and penalties, I want to take this with a grain of salt. This is an average over the last 2 years, and unfortunately, Fant did not have a lot of starting time, so these are going to look better in his favor because he has not started as many games as Beachum or Shell. So blown blocks, Fant has 17, Beachum has 34, Shell has 25. In terms of sacks, Fant was 3, Beachum was 10, Shell was 8. Stuffs, 0 allowed over the last 2 years for Fant, 5 for Beachum, 4 for Shell. Same sort of idea with the whole Khalil and Brian Winters argument with the stuffs. If Le'Veon Bell is running behind the line of scrimmage and he's kind of a little more patient with his running style, maybe he's getting stuffed behind the line of scrimmage and it's getting attributed to the offensive lineman. Maybe it's on Bell's. Maybe it's because of Bell. So a little bit of context there. Penalties, Fant has added 7 penalties to his teams over the last 2 years. Beachum was 17 and Shell was 10. So overall, based on the grading that I've kind of looked at on this whole system right here, I have a hard time believing Fant is going to be our starting left tackle. I think he's brought in more to be that swing tackle, to be competition with Edoga on the right-hand side. I think the Jets are probably not done at left tackle, whether it's a rookie at 11 or bringing in someone like a Trent Williams or a Jason Peters after the draft. Let me know what you guys think of George Fant in the comments down below. Are we better or worse? What do you have for expectations for him going forward? And as always, go Jets.